Hey y'all, I hope you're staying cool out here today. It's like 102 where I'm at, so hopefully my explanation comes through coherently despite that. What I want to talk about today is something you'll see in Tai Chi where I'm talking about weight shifting and kind of going into an infinity symbol when you're doing the weight shifting. Or you might just hear this as like tracing a figure eight. It plays into your hands as well, but I just want to talk about the footwork today because I think the last video I posted was about Tai Chi walking. We talked a little bit about sinking into the hip, and this I think pairs well with learning how to do that. Um, this will be a stationary exercise, and I will cut to videos of me doing it uh, at some point during this. Um, but you don't need a lot of space for it. You just need to be able to stand and solid ground. So cool, right? So shifting through the figure eight. So we have my 2 feet here. My toes are a little bit wide out. You don't want it so wide that you feel like your knees are going to buckle forward, but you want them a little bit wider than just straight parallel to one another. It kind of gives the hips a little bit more of an opening, allows you more ease of movement. Uh, and again, like I said, I'll stitch this. I will cut the video to this. Okay, the heat is getting to me. Let's try and finish this up. So you pick a heel to start with, and then you're going to trace to the opposite toes. If you're going to sink back into that same side heel, and that heel is going to push off and send your weight to the front of the opposite toes. So we'll go into like which way is which another day, but what I really care about is you start with one heel, you sink a little bit more into that heel, and then you imagine pushing your weight over to the opposite toes. Once into the front toes, it sinks back, and then once it's in that heel, pushes off to the opposite toes, and then back into the heel again. So notice I'm never going heel to heel or toe to toe, and I'll show why that doesn't work. You'll end up falling forward or falling back if you do that. And you'll never go from a toe to the opposite heel. Like, is that true? Oh God, I was right. That's true. Um, at least to my knowledge. Uh, if you're at the toes, you're always going to sink back to that same side heel because the weight's going to go from that back heel to the opposite toes. So if you're in your front toes, think sink back into the heel, same side heel. So it's just a rock settle back and down. Then you push off to the other toes, sink back, forward, back, forward, and back. So yeah, and my phone just said the video, it's too hot for this video to keep recording, so hopefully I caught that. I'm realizing the heat definitely did get to me because during those whole video segments, I was saying to the toes, which is not quite correct. Really more so the ball of the foot. So I had to redo this really quickly, so it's not as pretty. But so heel to the ball of the foot, you'll feel the weight go a little bit more into the toes. So you're shifting towards the ball, back into the heel, ball, back into the heel. So even though in those earlier cuts I was saying toes, just I really meant the ball of the foot. It's hot.